We start with good intention. We fall off the wagon. We feel guilty. How do we avoid the vicious cycle? Well, a good coach comes in and helps you do what we're going to talk about today, which is find and fill your missing structure. Chapter 2 of the book is about finding and filling your missing structures. Now, a lot of people ask me this question, Coach, how do you grow your business 40% year over year? What do you do every day? What's your daily ritual? What's your routine? So I just want to show you something that I think is very critical that most salespeople miss. Number one, every morning when I wake up, okay, let's go back last night. Every night before I go to bed, I sit down in a relaxed state and I map out my next day. And let me tell you what I'm putting on there. I'm putting my monthly goal. Okay, my monthly goal is to sell $200,000 of coaching per 30 days. Then I put my actual, where we are today, and then I put what day it is. Okay, so I'm constantly every day looking at where should we be? Where is the gap, right? How many days do I have left? And I do this every single night. Then I map out the highest value of my time. These are called high value activities. And a high value activity is any specific intentional activity that is used to generate new money. It is a specific intentional activity that is used to generate new money. So I map out my high value activity right here in my Monster Producer Planner. Then I go through my targets for today. Okay, and my targets are people that I believe I can help with my services. I believe I can help these people with my services. We call that the hit list. Okay? Then I have what's called a farm club. And the farm club are people who have indicated interest in using my services that I have not closed. So they are in the pipeline. They have indicated interest. Okay? And I'm going to go 7 touches from my book, $1 Million Follow-Up, and I'm going to challenge them to a buying decision. Maybes do me no good. I'm going for a yes or a no. Okay? Then I've got my top 25, which is my 25 biggest advocates. I target 1 or 2 a day that I'm going to spend some additional time with. Okay? So when people ask me, Coach, what are you doing to grow your business 40% year over year? Here's what I say. There's 4 things I do every day. And this is right in the book. Everybody needs a coach in life. Your copy should be coming. March 21st is the release date. Okay, but here's what I do every day. I want you to write it down and don't forget it. Number 1, I'm pitching my services every day. Every single day, I am pitching my services to people I believe I can help. I was just on the phone with the Coldwell Banker in New Orleans. They want me to come down and speak to 3 of their brokers down there on the river in New Orleans in August. And what am I doing? I'm pitching my services. Every day I'm pitching my services to 3 to 5 new people. Every single day. Right, Andy Garrison? Right, Alicia? Every day I'm pitching my services. Here's what we've got. Here's how I think we can help you. Here's how we can make you money. Here's how we can save you money. Every day I'm pitching. The other thing I'm doing, the second thing I'm doing is every day I'm closing. Every day I'm pitching people. And every day I'm closing people. So when you see that farm club, those are people who have indicated interest in my services, and I'm pushing. I'm creating a healthy tension. And so when I'm closing people, I may say, have you noticed how hard we've worked to earn your business? Has anybody else worked this hard? I may say we lose momentum every day we don't take action. Okay, I may say I brought you exactly what you wanted on a silver platter. What's stopping you from taking action? Okay? And so what I'm doing is every day I'm pitching new people for new money. Every day I'm closing. Third thing I'm doing every day is every day I'm onboarding new people. Every day I'm onboarding new people. So as we get a new customer, I want you to imagine a hamster wheel starts. Activity begins, motion, progress, movement. The minute a person says, I want to be coached by you in Monster Producer, Coach Burke, I want movement, action. I want them to feel like, man, our company is fighting for them. You now have somebody in your corner. And in a world where you go out there and get beat up every day, get told no, get rejected, Let me tell you who you got. You got Coach Burt fighting for you. And I'm going to help you protect your confidence. I'm going to help you protect your swag. I'm going to show you the way. So every day when we get a new customer, that hamster wheel turns. And I want to onboard you quick. I call that my net promoter strategy because I want you being a promoter of mine very quickly. Okay, and the fourth thing I'm doing is I'm loving on my current clients. I'm deepening that relationship. I'm transforming their business. What do they want from me? Counsel, advice, coaching, confidence, direction, clarity, leadership. And so I'm targeting 3 people, and I'm going, I need to dig in with that guy. So you would see all of this in my Monster Planner. Okay, so on this side is my map for the day. I've already mapped it out. When I started, when I end, every meeting I've got. I'm very protective of my time. And then on this side, I've already mapped out my targets, who I'm pitching, who I'm closing, who I'm fast starting, and who I'm going to be loving on this week. So if you want to know what I do every day, that's how I grow my business 40% year over year. Now, you say, why is that a big deal? Because today we're talking in this webinar about missing structures. So let me identify some of your missing structures already. Number one, you didn't plan last night. You got home, you were tired, maybe lazy, you watched TV. You didn't spend 7 to 15 minutes mapping out your day. You didn't have targets coming into the day. You didn't have a hard schedule. You didn't have people that you're going to close. Okay, so that could be one missing structure. Second missing structure is you don't have enough people you're going after. That's the hit list. 3 to 5 new people a day I'm pitching my services to. Number 3, you don't have a 7-touch follow-up. Okay, you don't have a 7-touch follow-up, so you're not going the distance to close a person. Number 4, you're not deepening the relationships with your customers. Therefore, there's no referability. They are not advocates of yours. They're simply clients, and they're not fighting for you. Now, all of this is in the book. Okay, so if you got questions, feel free to ask them. You can ask me any question you want. I think, Richard, they could turn their microphone on and ask a question to me, right? Yeah, if you go to Meeting Live, you can just turn your microphone on if you want to ask me a question live. And I think if you want me to see your face and see what you look like today, you can turn your camera on. So if you're out there and you want to correspond with me or ask me questions, you can also type it in the chat box, and I can see your chat questions as we get going, okay? All right, Chapter 2. Everybody needs a coach in life. Find and fill your missing structures. I'm going to tell you a story about a real estate agent that I began coaching, right? Cena Martin. When I first met Tommy Davidson, he was a regular old real estate agent. He capped off at 45 deals a year. He drank beer on the weekends and generally just goofed off, right? He was a barrel of unrealized potential. Do you have a person in your life that'll tell you that? Because you need one. Do you have a person in your life that say you're a barrel of unrealized potential? You ain't even close to reaching your potential, right? I began to coach Tommy Davidson's real estate team. Not Tommy Davidson. He wasn't paying for it. His broker was paying for it. And I didn't believe for 1 second that Tommy was paying attention. He never took notes. He never participated. He never gave me any indication he was on board with what I was telling me, okay? But he was paying attention. He started intently every time. He stared intently at me every single time I gave a presentation. And he began to ask for more coaching. He fixated on one concept I created called the person of interest. And how you move from being a commodity to being an industry leader. You see, you become a person of interest when you go to work on things that you had. So from that training and subsequent session, Tommy decided that he would give himself a new name, Good Time Tommy. From that, he had TV shows, he had T-shirts, he had podcasts, he had hats, shot glasses, big events, and more. The idea worked, and he began to differentiate himself in the market. This year, Good Time Tommy, who was in those days beer drinking, goof off, 45 deals a year, this year he will do over 100 transactions and probably make over $250,000 of personal income. So what was his missing structures? This is all straight from the book. What was his missing structures? He needed direction. He needed a plan. He needed a marketing play. He needed a brand. He needed a team because you're never going to get past 45 deals without people around you. He needed confidence. So I want you thinking right now, what are my missing structures? I don't have confidence. I don't have structure. I don't have a plan. I don't have targets. Okay, what he needed is he needed more things, okay? I'm going to stop there because we got a question. Richard, can you read that to me?
Yes. from Andy Garrison, loving TGA. 4 months in and could pay for the next 10 years and not come close to the impact it is having.
I like that.
Question, if starting my purpose business alongside a full-time job, how should you scale the selling system targets, hit list, HVAs, etc.?
Great question from Andy Garrison. Thank you for the compliment on Total Growth Academy. What he's doing is side launching, I think. Side launching is where you got a primary flow of income and you're launching a secondary flow. The question is, how do you scale? Now, I did this in my business. I was a basketball coach, a successful coach. I was winning games. I was writing books, and then I began to speak. I was side launching. Speaking was not my primary business. It was my secondary business. And so he's asking me, how do you scale the selling system? Well, the only way to scale the selling system is when you start looking at the selling system. And I'm looking at every week I got a hit list. I got a farm club. I got a top 25. I got net promoters. I got climbers. The way I scale the process is through social media, podcast, database blast, live events. This event I'm getting in front of in New Orleans, I'm getting in front of 180 agents. But I got to have something to sell them. Right? So the way you scale the selling system is either multiplication of the sales team that you train, social media, database, automation. That's the way you scale the selling system. So right now, if I sent out a database this morning, I did, to 10,000 people, I got 10,000 people out there to get in that database. I got a sales team that's working on my behalf. I got a director of operations that's servicing customers. I got social media that we're pushing out. I got Richard over here helping me push out videos every day to a couple thousand people on my YouTube channel. We're getting 100,000 minutes watched. So that's how you scale something. But listen, to scale something, you got to start thinking big versus small. But everything big starts small. Every big star starts as a little star that wants to be a big star. So to Andy's point, you got to start looking at how do I push out more content to the right people. And I'm probably going to do it through social media, database blast, YouTube videos. I'm going to do it some way that I can reach masses of people versus just a few people, okay? So let's go back to Good Time Tommy. So I want you to think of this. A missing structure is a void. Right now in your business, I want you to think of this. I got 3 missing structures. Coach is right. I'm not planning my day out. I don't have targets. I don't have a selling system. I don't have a follow-up. Okay? So it's a hole. It's a gap. It's a void. I want you to think about it like this. If I just fixed this missing structure, man, what could I do? For example, I hired a director of operations. She's helping me manage 300 customer relationships. I just hired a new director of sales. He's in charge of expansion into other markets. What is that helping me do? Keep me doing what I need to be doing every day, which is coaching people like you, getting access to people, out in front of people, being involved with people. So I want you to think of this. I am sitting on acres of diamonds. Money only changes hands when problems are solved. You have a problem, someone else can help you solve it. However, if you reach out to that person, you're admitting your vulnerability and lack of confidence. All I got to say is get over it, man. You do have missing structures. So let's look at the 7 missing structures you could have that's keeping you from being a person of interest. Now, I wrote about this in the book Person of Interest, right here, one of my most popular books. And here's what I said. People of interest attract versus chase. Status sales. Do you believe status sales? Do you believe money follows attention? Do you believe it follows energy? Do you believe it follows perceived power? Of course it does. So what are we out there doing every day? Raising and elevating our status. So one missing structure, when I'm looking at a person to say, this person is a person of interest. They're attracting. They've got some perceived power, which means they're a source of energy, a source or supply of energy for other people. They're powerful people, right? So when I look at you, and I'm coaching you, no matter who it is, whether it be Alicia or Sina or Andy or Nicholas or Abigail, I'm sitting there and I'm saying this one thing. What is this person missing? What is their missing structure? And here's how I'm diagnosing it. Is it their knowledge? You don't have enough specific knowledge in a concentrated area to create a breakthrough. You're not considered an expert. Not enough people in your market believe you're an expert because you're not communicating power, influence. The opposite of power and influence is weak, incapacitated, lack, fear, insecurity, lazy. If someone associates those words with your name, you in trouble. You in trouble because they ain't coming to you, man, for transformation. Number 2, missing structure, skill. Your delivery of that knowledge doesn't turn people on. In fact, it may turn people off. Okay, you may know something, but be unable to sell it, be unable to articulate. Now, I just got done coaching real estate agents from a real estate firm, and some of them may know real estate. They may be experts, but they can't sell. They don't have a good explanation of service. They don't have a selling system. They don't follow up, or they're missing number three, missing ingredient. They're lazy, man. The effort's not there. What is effort? Willingness to do the inconvenient. Success is inconvenient. People of interest. I've never met a lazy person of interest. So what I'm giving you, what the book is giving you is, hey, you got missing structures. Your missing structure that's keeping you back from millions of dollars could be you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the skill, you don't have the effort, or you don't have the confidence. You don't have the knowledge, you don't have the skill, you don't have the effort, you don't have the confidence. Those are four big missing structures most people have, but we ain't finished there. Confidence is you got insecurity, which prevents you from advancing. You got call reluctance, you got creative avoidance, you won't talk to strangers, you won't go to new events, or you got a skill problem. You got confidence but no skill, which is a good definition of arrogance. Is you overvalue how good you really are, right? Your self-appraisal is greater than your market value. So I see some people got more confidence, especially in the day of Instagram, Facebook. You know, you talk a good game, but you don't have a good game. Number 5 is likability. This is energy. Okay? What I try to do is be very likable. I talk to people. I say hi to people. I speak to people. I want to bring good energy to them. I want to be a source or means of supplying energy. But what if you have knowledge and skill and desire and confidence, but you're not that likable? You better be real good. I mean real good. Number 6, connectivity. Connectivity is you struggle to connect to different kinds of people, different audiences, different groups of people. Okay, so I see some people have low connectivity, man. I can't connect to you. You don't have anything to say. You don't have anything valuable to say, and you don't say it in a way that's important. And number 7 is deep networks. You have small and shallow networks, and not enough people fighting for you or providing support for you. And so you're very limited in your networks. Now, why is this important? If I were coaching you, guess where I'd go to work? I'd go to work on those 7 missing structures: knowledge, skill, desire, confidence, likability, connectivity, networks. So we go to work to driving up your person of interest score. We get you more active. I'd work on your skill. I'd work on your effort. I'd work on your confidence. I'd show you how to build networks. And so for you, these are common missing structures. Now, I'm going to go through 10 typical missing structures. And if you got a question on any one of these, just stop and ask me, okay? But these could be 10 areas that your business could be lacking. And when I sent the email that said, hey, this may be costing you millions of bucks, I'm working with billion-dollar companies that are missing some of these things. I'm doing a rollout with a big company in another state. Man, they got missing structures in the rollout. So here's 10 common missing structures. Number 1, a pure selling system to acquire new customers. The purpose of any business is to create a customer. So if you don't have a selling system, that's our first problem. Number 2, a clear marketing plan of how you will reach your target audience. Most people just blast it out. They don't tweak it. They don't think, who are my bluegills? Who are my blue marlins? Marketing is nothing more than communicating what you have to people who need it and want it and will pay for it. The highest levels of marketing is communicating what you have and how you can solve a problem better than anybody else, but asking this question: who would write me the largest check to provide this service to their problem? Okay? Number 3, you don't have a person of interest strategy on how to become the go-to person and increase your perceived value so you're a hot asset out there in the world. Number 4, you don't have a developed and packaged strategy, highlight what makes you look different and run faster. That's from the book Zebras and Cheetahs. So you're basically competing on the same things. There's no differential advantage whatsoever. And even if you know what your differential advantage is, which is what this company's problem is, they don't know how to communicate it in a way that people are interested in. Number 5, you don't have an onboarding system or training plan for new hires, intermediate, top performers. You don't know what you're doing, man. And if you're in the Total Growth Academy, 90-day sales manager, talent supply is where you need to start. Explanation of services, legacy selling, Cheetah School of Selling. If you're in my Total Growth Academy, that's where you need to start. Okay? Number 6, you may not have a recruiting system to hire new and better performers for your team or recruit new customers. Number 7, you don't have a retention strategy to keep current clients happy and engaged. Number 8, okay, you don't have a consistent and systematic way in which you stay focused every week. So if you have not purchased the Monster Producer Planner, it'd be the best $15 you ever spent because it will keep you focused. It asks me every day, what's my high value activities for today? What's my key targets for today? Who are my prospects to close today? Who are my top 25 touches today? Who are my new customers I'm signing up today? This thing keeps me focused, and it forces me to focus on high value activity. Focused, intentional activity to do what? Create a new customers. Number 9, you don't have a dominant focus, which is a single tangible outcome you'd like to drive in a 12-month cycle as measured in 30-day windows. Here's my question. What's your dominant focus per 30 days? February is only 28 days, man. You got 6 days left. I know because today's my mama's birthday, the 22nd. And so here's the deal. I got 6 days left. I'm trying to sell $200,000 worth of coaching per 30 days. I'm at 186. I got 6 days to come up with $14,000. Who out there has got that $14,000? I just closed $5,500 for the speaking engagement in New Orleans. I asked for $7,500, Richard, and they couldn't pay it. But it's going to put me in front of 180 agents, 4 brokers, 1-hour flight to New Orleans. So I took it to get the deal done. Now I just increased my number to 192, right? I close one more person, bam, I'm at my goal, 200,000. And I got 5 days left. So now maybe I go for 250. So my point is, my dominant focus is my goal I want to manifest. It's the prize out in front of me I'm working toward. And every day my high value activity is getting me there, okay? Most people, I ask them, where are you in relationship to your goal? What day is it? Okay, what day is it? How many days do you have left? How much high value activity you got today to hit your number? Okay, and number 10, this goes back to Andy Garrison's question. Now, I didn't start thinking about this, guys, until my 5th, 6th, 7th year into my business. Do I have a plan to scale my business so that it operates like a well-oiled machine? And we're just now doing that. We got an online academy. We got products we can sell. We got a sales team coming. We got video. So I didn't even start thinking about scaling my business till I had a successful primary flow of business. Okay? So when you're thinking about this missing structure, okay, what I'm really asking you is this. What's your kryptonite? What's your kryptonite? What's the one thing holding you back, man? Well, could be you don't have these 7 ingredients. Could be you don't have these 10 things, and these 10 things are keeping you from going out there really, really growing your business. So what you need is a layer of accountability from somebody. You need somebody to show you a better way, because when we know better, we do better. Maya Angelou said that. And you need somebody to come along behind you and prod you a little bit. Are you working your hit list today? Are you working your farm club? Do you have a top 25? Did you come into the day? So there's 2 different types of accountability you may need. Amateur accountability is needed because you lack discipline. Discipline is derivative of the word disciple, which means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. Jesus had 12 disciples. Okay, discipline means I see my future and I'm willing to move toward that future by taking specific and intentional action. Urgency is a force that impels movement. So what is giving me a sense of urgency today? Okay, my number I'm looking at. My activities give me a sense of urgency. My need to want to dominate my markets give me a sense of urgency. Okay, so amateur accountability is you need somebody else to give you the motivation because you ain't got it. You didn't come with batteries included. Professional accountability is where you come with batteries included. You just need somebody to show you a better way of doing it. Okay, and so we've gone through 7 missing ingredients of a person of interest, and we've gone through 10 potential missing structures in your business. Okay, then I want you thinking about your kryptonite. What's the one thing holding you back? So let's stop right here, and I want to ask some questions. Maybe you can type it in there. I would like to know, out of what you've heard so far, these 7 common ingredients of missing structures, 10 missing structures of your business, I'd like for some of you guys to tell me what your kryptonite is, because all progress starts by telling the truth. What is the one thing holding you back? And I hear this. I won't make my calls. I don't do this. I don't have a hit list. I don't plan my days. I don't have a selling system. So what's your kryptonite? Take a second and type it in there. We'll see who's brave, Richard. All progress starts by telling the truth. I can't help you if you lie to me. Andy Garrison's on point today. There we go, Nicolas Cage. Planning and follow-up. Lack of dominant focus. Followed up with a unplanned structure to execute. With a planned structure to execute. Okay, I'm giving you that, guys. I'm giving you that. Dominant focus. Alicia, I'd like to know your kryptonite. So when you're thinking about this, kryptonite. Cena, what's your kryptonite? What's the one thing holding you back? Guys, I got it. So think about time management. I got a dominant focus. I got activity that moves me every day toward the dominant focus. I got a sense of urgency that impels because I got to hit my number and I got a little bitty time to do it. You know why we need less sleep as we get older? We got things to do and we got less time to do it, man. We got to take action. Abigail said what? Lack of direction and goals, okay? Good. That's why you got this book, right? If you're in my Total Growth Academy, there's no way in the world you can be watching those videos and not have direction and goals. So I want you to dig in and muscle up and get in there and watch that because that's going to inspire you to get a sense of purpose and focus about your life, okay? So now we know what our kryptonite is, okay? Now we know what our kryptonite is. Now, I'm going to give you 4 more big missing structures. And these are all in the book. This is going to be a great book, man. I can't wait to get it out. 4 big missing structures of the sales professional. Number 1, they do not have a world-class explanation of services. Go back and watch my video on explanation of service. This is how you articulate what it is you believe and what it is you do. Number 2, they do not have a consistent, systematic customer generation system. A way to get customers. Way to drive leads. In the book, I talk about this. How we create these categories. Hit list, people we can help. Farm club, people who are interested. Top 25, people who love us already. Could be send us referrals. Net promoters, new customers that are saying positive things about us. Climbers, people that can't buy today but can in the future. Connectors, people who can introduce us to the decision maker, economic buyer. Showcase, how do we get in front of more people to do events? Database, how are we accumulating database people? And then hitting that list more, man. I hit my list about 3 times a week. Okay? Okay, these are all part of the selling system. Social media, all of this is part of our selling system. So the second big missing structure is you ain't using enough strategies to close enough deal, to get enough opportunity to close enough deals. Okay, I got 15, 20 people on my call sheet today that are indicated interest in using our services. Guess what? I'm following up with those folks. I don't care how busy I get today. I'm going to call them and say, what have I got to do to earn your business? Have you noticed how hard we work to earn your business? All right, third big missing structure, lack of follow-up. How many times should we go into follow-up, guys? 7 to 15 touches. How should we follow up with people? In a way that gets them to stop and think. So when I'm following up with a person, I'm saying, here's your problem. Here's how I'm going to solve it. Here's exactly how I can do it better than anybody else. And I'm going to go 7 touches. And I'm going to push. I'm going to push. Hey, you told me what your problem was. This is how I would solve it. Are you ready to take action? If you're not ready, can you tell me why? Because I believe in me. I believe in my product. If I don't believe in me and my product, then how am I going to solve it? Then how am I going to go out there and sell? First sale you got to make every day is to your own self. So I tell myself I am a person of interest. People are counting on me to show up. I am an expert. My positive energy is going to be greater than any negative energy I'm going to face today. I will expect the unexpected. So what I'm doing is I'm self-talking. And if you study any of, I'm trying to think of the psychologist for the University of Alabama. He talks a lot about self-talk. What are you telling yourself the most important conversations you're ever going to have? And so for you, your missing structure could be that you don't have a consistent and systematic follow-up of 7 touches. Okay? And I talk about how to follow up in the book. And then finally, number 4 is there's no customer engagement between you and your people. So there's no referability. There's no referability because where there's no usage of your product, there can be no transformation. And where there's no transformation, right? Where there's no transformation, there's nothing for me to talk about. So what have we been talking about today, guys? Chapter 2 of the book, and there's a lot more content in here than that, but chapter 2 of the book is simple. You got missing structures, and that's okay. We all have missing structures, but are we identifying those missing structures and filling those? For everybody that said planning is a problem for them, if you won't spend 7 to 15 minutes a night planning your next day, how important is your day? How committed to you are your day? Big time people plan and map out their weeks. Big time people have high value activity. They have a hit list and a farm club and a top 25. So we all got missing structures. It's okay. First step is to tell yourself the truth. This is an area I need help. I need a lot of help in this area. Follow-up is your problem. The only reason you got a follow-up problem because you don't believe in your product enough. If you believed in your product enough, guess what you'd do? You'd follow up with people because you believe that money only changes hands when problems are solved. Therefore, the follow-up has one intention: show them how you can solve their problem better than anybody else can, okay? That's the purpose of the follow-up. Those are common missing structures that I tackle, guys. These 10 things could be keeping you from making millions and millions of dollars. Follow-up is one of the biggest ones. And when I follow up with people, a lot of times people say thank you. Thank you for taking time to follow up with me. I am interested in your services. I do need a coach in my life. I do need to get off the fence. I do have more potential. And sometimes I say, I see something in you you don't even see in yourself, man. I see something in my monster producers they don't even see in themselves. So that's what we're talking today, guys, missing structures and how we fill them. So I'm open to questions. I got about 2 or 3 minutes. I'll take any questions that you got. Here's the good news. We only in chapter 2 of the book, man. We got 7 chapters. Every time I teach it, I get better at it. I need to get better at these things too. I'm not preaching at you, Alicia, things I don't need to get at. Or Andy, I need to get better at these things, Cena. Every time I teach it, I get better at it. Okay? Any questions that you got for me, guys? All right. That's it, guys. Listen, I want to thank you for watching the webinar today. I appreciate you. Like I said, everybody needs a good coach in life. Listen, a good coach should accelerate your life. A good coach should give you the structure and direction that you need because we got missing structures. And here's the deal. Don't take advice from people who haven't done or are not practicing what they're telling you to do. Everything I'm writing in this book and I'm sharing with you, I'm doing. We can get better at it every day, but I'm doing it, man. I'm working the selling system. I'm mapping out my days. I'm using the planner. I'm staying focused. I'm practicing high-value activity. I'm following up on leads. I'm indicating interest. I'm engaging with my clients. I'm trying to do all of these things I'm teaching you, man. I get that it can seem overwhelming. Just pick one area from this webinar today that you are going to get better at, and just know we ain't got problems. We got missing structures. And if we go to work on the missing structures, we are sitting on acres of diamonds. I believe everybody needs a coach in life, guys. Thank you for buying this book. It's going to be shipping to you here pretty soon from Amazon. If you know anybody else, we're offering a lot of free coaching based on the book, just like today. We're offering the webinars. We're doing all that stuff just to say thank you for purchasing the book and believing in us. You know I believe in you, and I believe in your potential. Have a great day, everybody. God bless you. Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Gone are the days where you just buy a book. When you pre-order my new book, Everybody Needs a Coach in Life, my 11th book, my most comprehensive book, let me tell you what I'm going to give to you the minute you pre-order. I'm going to give you 5 hours of coaching from me on the book. I'm going to give you access to Monster Producer, my biggest coaching program, online, live, every 30 days for 6 months. I'm going to give you access to my Total Growth Academy, over 400 coaching sessions. I'm going to give you 7 webinars with me where you can interact with me on every chapter of the book. Go get Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. CoachBurt.com/new book.